Let me start. Hi, we're Drone Photo New York, and we are an aerial photography, videography, and further a food delivery company for drones. Okay, our management team. I'm CEO and co-founder Felipe Jaramillo. I'm an FAA certified manned aircraft pilot, and I'm also a certified drone pilot under FAA Part 107, which is the new FAA regulations. I'm also in charge of licensure and acquisition for training. My partner and co-founder, Rafi Cabrera, is in charge of business development, and he's also in charge of business relationships and tech acquisitions. Next slide, please. So what exactly is a drone? Well, a drone is basically a remote control helicopter. It has four rotors. That's why they call it a quadcopter. And it has a camera attached to it. Basically, with this camera, you can record 4K videos, take photos, and this is really good for real estate or any other applications. There's many applications to drones. The market. So our market, we're targeting millennials and Generation X because these are technologically inclined individuals who have disposable income and are interested in this service. Research shows that by 2024, this will become a $3 billion industry, and especially now with the new FAA regulations. Now to the competitors. Our strongest competitors right now are Aerobo and Brooklyn Aerials. The thing with these competitors is they use custom drones, which are really expensive, while we use DJI. Now, you ask yourself, what is DJI? Well, DJI is one of the most common Chinese manufacturers of commercial drones. And the reason we think this is the way to go is because it's cheaper that way. And it's, for example, to give you an example, imagine an airline, JetBlue. Would it be better if they just built their own airplane or just bought like a Boeing 737 or an Airbus A320? It would be so much cheaper and they have the economies of scale. Additionally, the DJI drones, they can be software updates to include new features in the future as they become available. This is just a chart of the main competitors. As you see, most of them are in the New York City area. Some have the commercial, but they're custom drones, custom. And this is one of the things. Next slide. So what makes us special also is that we offer live events, so we could Facebook or YouTube live stream from our drones. And we use DJI Inspire 2 and DJI Phantom 4, which are high-end to mid and multi-copters. And we could also change payload to attach these different high-end cameras, such as the Red Dragon and EOS. So now I'll hand it over to my partner, Rafi, who will talk about the Agile method.
Good morning, everyone. So why us, right? Our competitive advantage is that we live in lean and agile. And before really the accelerator, we didn't. You know, it's interesting because when you learn how to master this, it goes throughout the whole business. So, for example, subscription service. How do we model? How do we make money? How do we portray this to customers? The learning curve. A lot of people think drones are cool, but what are the uses and applications that can be used in certain industries? So our competitive advantage is first to market in this market, right? So there are a lot of people, for example, not using drones in the real estate market. We're going after that market. After the Long Island real estate market, for example, which is high-end real estate, and these real estate agents have the disposable income and the interest to pursue in this industry. We're coining what we call flyby technology, which is 4K video of the piece of real estate, but we're also embedding landmarks within that video. So if you want to see where your piece of real estate is in comparison to the bars and hotels and restaurants in your area, you can see that within the footage. And the work with us mentality. The pilots that are interested in working with us, we actually get them licensed, get them flying, and if and when they want to become pilots, they come work for us, and we give them the work. So it's a win-win situation for everybody. Just really quickly, our customers, again, are real estate agents, millennials and Generation X with disposable income. Uses for drones. In construction, for example, we can use 3D renderings to tell construction companies the amount of sand and equipment that they need. For sporting events, we can do highlights, for example, as you see here in the video. And just the marketing plan is just good old guerrilla marketing, going out there and telling people what a drone is and how do they use it. Yep. That's and our financial projection, 50% gross margin, break even in a year, and as is right now, we can train 20 pilots a month. That's $4,500 using our minimum package, conservatively. Thank you.
Do you mind going? Sorry. Do you mind going back to that past slide? I'm just curious with the licensing and for the pilots that you guys are hiring. You said you'll get them licensed and everything, but they might not even end up working for you?
Right. So there aren't any drone flight schools, right? You can research it, but what we're providing is not only so for hobbyists that want to come and learn how to fly a drone, we do that. But if and when they want to become a pilot, we say, hey, by the way, you can come work for us because that license will allow you to work. We'll get them to work so they can come work with us.
You are mentioning several different applications that seems to me are quite different. One is parties for kids, the other one is real estate, the third one is construction. So in the work that you've been doing in the 4 months, have you spoken to all these different segments? Did you decide which one you're going after first, or what is the progression of which segments you're going after and why?
Sure. Firstly, the real estate segment, we realized that the real estate sector was the one that was more aligned to, first of all, the flight restrictions, right? So, for example, we can't fly over certain structures at certain times, or we need permits and things of that nature. So for the real estate industry specifically, we can fly at any time, and sort of that's our big bulk, right? That's our bread and butter. That's where we're going to make our money. So that's why we're specifically focusing on real estate and or parties for individuals, right? So a wedding, right? A kiddie party where they want to...
Yeah, but the sales effort for all of them is completely different, right?
Sure. Again,
who you sell to, how you sell, how you market. So where are you going after? Like, if you're going to launch this, which segment are you going after?
So primarily real estate market, because I find that the learning curve is, they get it, right? They get it instantaneously when it's mentioned. They think it's cool, and they have the disposable income dollars to make the decision right then and there to move forward. So real estate is right now.
In the real estate segment, who are you selling to? The real estate agents. How many real estate agents have you spoken to?
So we've spoken to a total of 20 companies as of right now, and we actually got invited to an expo on June 8th in front of 800 realtors that will allow us to present this.
So you're listing the segments like kids, parties, and construction, but you're not really going after them right now?
Correct. Not right now.
Okay, because it got me confused.
Yeah.
All right.
What's the research that showed that they sell more with these drone aerials that you said?
So the pitch is really, for example, Redfin, which is one of the companies that pioneered 3D walkthroughs in real estate. When we mentioned it to them, we're like, hey, we're using drone videography services to get into the real estate market. They were like, oh my God, that makes sense, because not only do we have pictures, we have 3D walkthroughs where they can walk inside the house, but there's nothing that allows people to see the external area in that view. So it makes sense to them.
And what do they get for a minimum package?
So our packages, let me just go on the website real quickly. Right, so weddings, for example, are $225 an hour, minimum an hour and a half. Sweet 16s, kids parties, we have all that pricing. What we found too is that organizations that do sporting events are also interested in this. So we pitched an organization that does. They have a football league. It's a football league that's like for guys who couldn't make it to like the NFL, but there are real leagues. They were interested in buying this service, right? So the problem was that at that time we would have had to have about 60 pilots for each of these events because there are literally on a given weekend there can be 80 events at 20 different places. So it's impossible with two of us right now to do that. So it's about scaling, and that's how we came up with the pilot model, right? So for hobbyists, the flight school. So teach pilots how to fly, potential pilots how to fly, and get them to work because it's there. The market exists. Great, thank you.